Let's take a detailed look at everything that's new with Huawei's second-generation HarmonyOS foldable PC, the Huawei MateBook Fold Extraordinary Master.
A quick shout to my tech partner from China for sharing this video. A big thank you for making this possible. Hey everyone, it's Mikey from Tech Mikey. If you love staying updated with the latest gadgets, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out our exciting tech content.
Right away, you'll notice the familiar carrying case, now finished in a soft light gold shade with a premium vertical leather texture. Inside the box, you also get a braided black dual-purpose data cable, a 140-watt fast charger, and the same magnetic keyboard as before. This time, however, Huawei has included the new M Pen 3 Stylus along with a dedicated storage case. That means the second-generation HarmonyOS foldable computer now officially supports stylus input, and that's a really practical upgrade. Before folding the device, let's check out the display crease. As you can see, it's incredibly smooth. Now, after folding it for the first time, you can admire the new flowing gold finish. It combines a vertically textured leather surface with a soft gold tone that isn't overly bright or saturated. The result is a refined, classy appearance that immediately feels premium. The metal frame surrounding the device also matches perfectly with a light champagne gold finish, giving the whole design a very elegant look. The Huawei branding and the Extraordinary Master logo remain in the same position as the previous model, so nothing has changed there. However, the opposite side has received a noticeable redesign. Instead of the leather texture used before, it now features a smooth matte finish inspired by a brocade cloud pattern. Compared to last year's plain surface, this new design feels much more luxurious and also makes the device stand out visually. Huawei has also designed a dedicated magnetic spot for the stylus storage case. It only attaches securely to this specific location on the front of the device. It won't stick to the sides, beneath the logo, or on the back. Once it's attached, you simply open the case, place the stylus inside, and store it neatly. The magnetic connection is impressively secure. Even after shaking it around quite a bit, the case stays firmly in place without falling off. The Crescent portable keyboard is almost unchanged from the previous generation. Its finish perfectly matches the computer, featuring the same copper gold body and light gold keycaps. Just like before, you can magnetically attach it underneath the device when carrying it or place it on the working area while using it. The overall experience and operation remain exactly the same. This new generation weighs around 1,159 grams, making it slightly heavier than before, although actual weight may vary a little. When folded, it's just 13.1 millimeters thick, which is actually a bit thinner than the previous model. Once unfolded, both sides measure 6.7 millimeters thick. Last year, one side was 6.9 millimeters, while the other measured 6.5, so Huawei has made the thickness more balanced while slightly slimming down the overall profile. Opening the device reveals the massive 18-inch display once again, and it's still one of my favorite features. Even when folded, it transforms into a compact 13-inch laptop-style form factor that's extremely practical. The display continues to offer a sharp 3.3K resolution with a dual-layer OLED panel, up to 1,600 nits of peak brightness, and an LTPO adaptive refresh rate. The screen-to-body ratio hasn't changed much compared to the previous generation. Of course, what everyone is really curious about is the processor. This model is powered by the Kirin X90 PLUS, but perhaps the biggest hardware improvement isn't the chip itself, it's the display. The huge 18-inch panel still uses ultra-large UTG flexible glass, but this time Huawei has upgraded it with a 40-micron thick UTG layer. That significantly improves durability against impacts and pressure. These structural improvements are also the reason why this generation finally supports stylus input, something the first-generation model couldn't offer. The floating hinge mechanism was already excellent, so Huawei didn't make major changes here. It still provides smooth, stepless hovering between 100 and 120 degrees. On the bottom, you'll also find the same two small support points that help prevent the frame from getting scratched whenever the device is opened. Now, let's fold it back up. The fingerprint-integrated power button is located here, with the volume buttons positioned right beside it. There's one USB-C port on one side and another on the opposite side. Overall, the placement of the buttons and ports remains almost identical to the previous generation. With the device folded, I opened the virtual keyboard to check whether Huawei had introduced any new themes, and yes, they definitely have. This one is called Slacking Off, and it's honestly beautiful. The keyboard appears to be floating on the surface of water, while underneath you can see colorful koi fish swimming around. There are 4 bright red koi fish and 1 stunning golden koi. There's also another fish with a softer grayish gold color. What's really impressive is the animation. As the golden koi swims across the screen, it creates beautiful golden ripples in the water. If the fish isn't moving close enough, simply press and hold any key and it'll swim towards your finger. You can also tap individual keys, like the number 1 key, and the koi will quickly swim over to that exact location. It's a small detail, but it's surprisingly fun and makes the keyboard feel much more interactive. Finally, head into desktop settings and then personalization. Scroll down and you'll notice the center axis personalization option. If you remember the previous generation, this is where you could already customize and display your own text. Besides the default Huawei options, can you customize it yourself? Absolutely. Just like before, you can add your own text, such as get rich, include emojis, and even use animated effects, but this generation introduces several brand new personalization styles. The first one is called Emotion Party. As soon as you activate it, a row of adorable emoji characters appears. There's a cute little dog and several other playful icons. The fun part is that every time you trigger the animation, the emoji expressions change slightly, making each interaction feel fresh. The second theme is fluorescent dots. Once it's enabled, the glowing particles look just like a group of fireflies floating around the screen, creating a really relaxing visual effect. Next comes Rising Sun. Here you can watch the sun slowly emerge on the horizon while birds fly across the sky, including seagulls and wild geese, giving the whole animation a peaceful atmosphere. There's also the festive Happy New Year Spring Festival theme, complete with fireworks to celebrate the occasion. One of the most creative options is Sun Mirror and Golden Clouds, auspicious colors. It features a small koi fish and incorporates strong traditional Chinese design elements, making it feel both artistic and elegant. The final theme is called Lights Come On, and honestly, this one is my favorite. Every time I see it, it creates a completely different mood, and I really enjoy that experience. Still inside desktop settings and personalization, Huawei has added another new feature between wallpapers and icon styles, a standby screensaver section. Here you'll find several personalization options, including different clock designs, photo walls, and ambient carousel effects. One version focuses on music, another displays your photos, but there's one that really stands out. You can configure it to activate automatically anywhere from 1 minute to 1 hour after the device becomes idle. Once the timer expires, an adorable little dog appears on the screen. It's incredibly cute, especially the way it's animated. Why is there a hand icon? That's because the foldable computer uses its built-in camera for gesture recognition. Watch what happens. If you make the right gesture, it's like giving the little dog a cookie. Let me try it. It recognizes my gesture instantly, and I can even toss the treat. The dog follows it across the screen. You can also simply tap the dog with your finger. Look at that, it wiggles its ears. Tap it again, and it reacts playfully, almost like it's asking for more attention. The interaction feels surprisingly fun. Now let's move on to the included M Pen 3 stylus. The first thing you'll notice is that the top cap can be pulled open. Underneath is a USB-C charging port used to recharge the stylus. Below that are 3 physical buttons, a writing button, a smart button, and an air mouse button. Hold the air mouse button for about 3 seconds while bringing the pen close to the computer, and it automatically detects and pairs. Holding it around 8 seconds performs a restart. Depending on which app or scenario you're using, these buttons can perform different functions. If this is your first HarmonyOS foldable computer and your first time using a stylus, don't worry. Open Settings, go into Stylus, and enter Stylus Space. Whether the computer is folded or fully unfolded, simply place the stylus near the designated area. Instantly, a cute little dog animation appears. If you position the stylus elsewhere on the display, such as the upper half of the display, you'll get a completely different animation. This time, a panda happily swinging appears instead. It's impressive because the system automatically detects exactly where the stylus is positioned on the screen. When I place the pen here, a floating control panel appears, dividing different shortcut functions into separate areas. The first shortcut is not activated by lightly pinching the pen, but by pressing the designated button. You can customize it with several different actions, including the white edge scroll wheel, global annotation, one-tap screen recording with region selection, memo access, and airspeed mode. For example,
After assigning the white edge scroll wheel, pressing the button instantly brings up the virtual scroll wheel on the screen. The second customizable button supports double-click actions and offers 4 different functions. It can switch between your current tool and the eraser, toggle between the active tool in your previously used tool, open the color palette, or display the global shortcut menu. In other applications, a double-click brings up another quick access interface as well. Down at the dock, you'll also find 3 stylus-focused mini-games. The first one lets you interact entirely with the pen. Simply tap around the screen to play, and when you launch it again, the game even detects the tilt angle of the stylus. There are a few other interesting mini-games included too, although those aren't the main highlight. Now let's open Huawei Notes. After unfolding the computer, you're working on a huge 18-inch display that lays completely flat like a digital writing board, making handwriting feel incredibly natural. Huawei Notes has received several upgrades this time around. After creating a new standard note, you'll see the handwriting tools here. There are 3 different brush options, and each brush now has highlighted pen tip effects. Let's choose the ballpoint pen first. A brand new HDR enhancement option has been added. You can smoothly adjust it anywhere from positive 100% down to 0 and even all the way to negative 100%. At 100%, whatever you write appears with a vivid HDR highlight that's immediately noticeable. Lowering it to 50% slightly reduces the HDR brightness. Setting it to 0% gives you standard colors and normal brightness. If you go all the way to negative 100%, the handwriting becomes completely black. Now, if I switch the note background to black and use the HDR highlight brush, I can draw a huge support sign across the massive 18-inch display completely by hand, for example, to cheer on Jay Cho.
Another major upgrade in Huawei Notes is the introduction of PC text notes. So what exactly are PC text notes? In many ways, they're similar to working inside WPS. At the top, you'll find a familiar toolbar with features like Format Painter, font selection, font size adjustment, bold formatting, underlining, and other text editing tools. The editor also includes common options such as strike-through, as well as the ability to insert images and customize layouts by adding tables, documents, audio clips, videos, and more. There's also a flexible content box where you can type text or insert files like Word documents, images, and audio. Once you've added a content box, you can freely drag it anywhere on the page or use the arrow keys for more precise positioning. In the lower right corner of the box, there's a control that lets you rotate it left or right. You can also rotate it manually using either your finger or the stylus. Holding the button on the far right allows you to resize and expand the content box. Selecting the content box opens additional card options at the top. From there, you can fill the background, apply borders, switch between 3 different list styles, and even change the layering order so the content box sits either above or below surrounding text. If you tap or double tap the handwriting area, it instantly switches to the drawing interface, allowing you to sketch directly with the stylus. As a result, a single PC text note can combine typed text, handwritten notes, images, documents, and illustrations all in one place. This mixed layout approach makes it ideal for travel planning, meeting notes, and many other productivity tasks. Once you've added lots of elements, the page can naturally become a little crowded. Thankfully, Huawei has included alignment tools. Simply hold the Control key to select multiple content boxes at once, then choose left, center, or right alignment. I selected left alignment, and instantly everything snapped neatly into place. Now, when the MateBook Fold is fully opened, it becomes an impressive 18-inch laptop that's perfect for writing. But since it's a foldable computer, you also have another option. Fold it into its hovering position, place the keyboard on the bottom half, and suddenly you have 2 separate workspaces. The upper display can show videos, online meetings, documents, or presentations, while the lower half becomes your note-taking area. You can watch content above while writing below at the same time. Honestly, that's a workflow you don't see very often outside Huawei. The Huawei Notes app on this foldable computer is the complete desktop version, and it also includes the full GoPaint drawing experience. Earlier, we looked at it as an 18-inch laptop. Now think of it as an enormous 18-inch digital canvas. If you've never used an 18-inch drawing board before, it's hard to appreciate just how much space you gain.
For comparison, here's what GoPaint looks like on my Huawei Pura X Max, and here's the exact same app running on the second-generation HarmonyOS foldable computer. The difference in workspace is incredible. Having such a massive canvas makes drawing feel much more comfortable and enjoyable. The large display also lets you take full advantage of HarmonyOS multitasking. You can keep a reference image open on the upper portion of the screen while sketching on the lower half, making the creative process much more efficient. And of course, we can't forget musicians. HarmonyOS is also preparing music creation experiences for this foldable computer. Just imagine composing music on this huge 18-inch display or even using it in its folded configuration. It creates a very unique creative environment. Huawei has also optimized a variety of third-party applications for the foldable large screen. Take WPS as an example. After connecting to a third display and starting a presentation, the external monitor shows the current PowerPoint slide for the audience. On the MateBook Fold itself, you can view the next slide while the lower section displays your speaker notes. It's almost like working with 3 separate screens at once. The audience sees the presentation, you preview the upcoming slide, and your script stays visible below all simultaneously. But that's still not the coolest part. Remember the M Pen 3 stylus? The top cap can be removed, and once you do, it automatically enters Air Mouse mode. That means during a presentation, you don't have to touch the computer at all. Simply hold the M Pen 3, use its built-in buttons to move forward or backward through your slides, and control the presentation wirelessly. Then there's the Air Pointer function. Activate it and a red laser pointer appears directly on the presentation screen. For example, I can point to a specific section, such as the chart showing that carbonated beverage monthly retail sales reached 18 billion yuan, and everyone watching instantly knows exactly what I'm referring to. This combination of the M Pen 3 and the foldable computer creates an entirely new interaction experience. More importantly, it finally brings a true native stylus experience to Huawei's foldable PC lineup, filling the gap for large-screen handwriting and pen-based interaction. There are plenty of practical third-party examples as well. In Eastmoney, the upper display can show live market information while the lower screen is dedicated to trading. In BOSI Whiteboard, the upper half can be used for video meetings while the lower half becomes a workspace for handwritten notes, diagrams, and mind maps. And these are only a few examples. Many more third-party apps have already been optimized for the large foldable display. Overall, I think the biggest upgrade in this new generation of the 18-inch HarmonyOS foldable computer is the addition of stylus support. The M Pen 3 introduces a completely new input method alongside the traditional keyboard, opening many more creative and productivity-focused workflows, while making the overall PC experience much more versatile. In my opinion, that's the biggest transformation with this new model. By combining its large foldable display with native stylus support, Huawei has created a device that pushes both creativity and productivity to an even higher level. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!